Hello, beautifuls. It's Charlotte here with Dragonfly Soul Healing. So I'm just coming on today to kind of pull some cards, see what wants to come forward. There's been a big shift in energy recently over this last week or so, that eclipse season really coming in and moving a lot of stuff, and so we're just going through it. It's interesting. My Crows deck recently wanted to come back out. So I did it for the card pull, and now it's here for another reading. So I think I want to maybe zoom in on this a little bit this way. So the first card we have come out is the Star card here, and she's pouring out these intentions into the water. And so there's this energy of manifesting your dreams right now. And so one thing with this deck coming forward is there's a lot of darkness tied to it. And it doesn't mean bad things necessarily. It's like making sure that you're manifesting the correct things. So while we're sitting in that energy, making sure that we're creating some beautiful energies in those manifestations, so we're not creating the darkness and the fear that we're trying to get away from. That throat all night tonight, it's interesting. The King of Wands also comes out, and I think that's kind of, this energy is kind of that fear that we're going, that we could be creating in some senses, some aspects, is this overbearing energy, this darkness. And so we have to be really mindful of what energy we're putting in our field. The Crows have been showing us a lot of stuff and where the energy needs to move, where you're seeing the crows flock or where they're really cackling at you and stuff like that. That's where they're showing you that there's energies trying to be moved in that area. So that feels really relevant for a lot of people. I know they're showing up for not just me, but a lot of the people around me, showing us where we're moving energy and where that energy is lingering. So we also have the Ace of Swords come out here in this, and it's interesting because when we have this deck come forward, I was wondering what we might be working on here, but you can feel how there's a little bit of interference wanting to come into our fields as we work this session. So when I say that there's this fear energy and it can be tied to this overpowering energy here, we have to be mindful that we don't jump into those fear narratives. So when we tapped into those fear narratives, those of you that got those weird, it was in the side of the head, kind of the ears and stuff, where it tingled. It also is still affecting the throat a bit. And it's creating that tired, where we want to yawn like that. So we're just not going to allow that interference to come in and scare us, right? We're just going to be mindful when that energy comes into our field to feel it and release it. Okay? These are some of the big things that are coming up right now, and it's the reason why I'm doing a lot of this stuff on my videos. Is it's time to see the difference in that energy. So it can't just be tarot readings anymore. It has to be deeper now. That's why the quantum level stuff has been coming up for me for the last 1.5 to 2 years now, is to transform this energy differently so that we can see this differently as well. So let's see what else wants to come up here with shift decks. The Earth Manifestation and Aries Warrior comes out. And that's the thing is, goodness, that throat is a thing even when I was doing those pick-a-pows tonight. That warrior energy wants to come forward, right? Stepping into that spiritual warrior. We are in this spiritual war right now, and we have been for a long time, right? If we're being really real, it is something that we've been in for thousands upon thousands of years. And right now we're in this transformation, and we chose to be here as these warriors. You didn't find my page for no reason. You're here to be part of that mission as well. And, you know, maybe some of you are on here just watching because I trigger you, and, you know, that's also my job. So I'm okay with that if you're just here to, you know, because you hate on me. It's fine. We roll with it. We're here to be those spiritual warriors, to manifest that new earth, to manifest that change. The healing Chiron card comes out. And I believe Chiron is doing some stuff in the stars right now as well. So there's a lot of things taking place, right? And so we're stepping into this warrior energy, helping that earth heal. This is why the crows are showing up a lot, showing you where the energy needs to be worked, because it's not just with the humans, it's actually with the earth as well. So doing a lot of work tied to the land. And you don't even need to know what you're doing for the most part. Your soul's blueprint already does the work. What I'm seeing, though, is once we start knowing what we're doing, we can set that intention, and what we create goes much deeper. And so it's interesting, the identity and will here, lots of color. We start with some deep colors, and then we shift into the brighter colors as I shift into the Muse Tarot here, which is a brighter, more colorful quantum kind of deck as well. So let's see here. All three major arcanas come out of the deck. So how fascinating is that? The Fool card to start. And so if you look at this, we have her climbing the ladder. So this is us kind of figuring our stuff out from that earth stuff, right? We go through this process. But now it's like moving towards this identity of who you really are. So a huge thing that's happening for a lot of us right now is our entire identities are dissipating. Everything we thought we were, even as spiritual beings, is shifting and evolving. I'm seeing it in myself, where it's just like everything that I thought I was, everywhere I thought I was going or what I was going to do is changing and evolving, and I'm just working with it. And so it's not always fun. It's not always, you don't always know where you're going. And so you do have to have a lot of faith, but knowing that we're moving towards this wheel turning in our favor. You see the moon cycles here, which we are still just closing out that eclipse season energy. And so that wheel is turning, and a big theme that was coming up this entire eclipse season was what you do with this tower crumbling depends on how much of that healing and identity shifting takes place. And the more work that you do, and the more you allow this to just unfold naturally, taking these leaps into these new worlds, the more that wheel turns in your favor. We also have the Hierophant card here. And so it's like connecting to the bigger purpose, the bigger mission. All these lanterns are almost like checkpoints of where we are looking to be at in life, where we meet or have big moments that were important to us. But we're always kind of looking at that bigger picture. And this almost feels like that 12th dimensional blueprint, where we're starting to really tap into that next level of self, again, that identity and will. And so it feels like a huge aspect of what has been healing over this last few weeks here is that self, right? Connecting to the higher self, connecting to mission, releasing anything that wasn't related or tied to the mission so that you could move forward properly. And so while we may still be in this upside down position, almost feeling like a hanged man, where we're still having to look at everything differently and we haven't quite hopped up and back over, right? That's kind of what it feels like. So it feels like being in this lower energy here is us feeling really small right here, right? Like we feel like we still have a really big mountain to overcome, but the wheel is spinning for us. And isn't it coming into a new moon right now? Right? So right now the moon is kind of right around here. Because what are we at? The 24th. And it's the 30th or 31st. So the moon has been full recently, and now we're evolving into this. Ooh, yeah, I like this. And my phone just blinked at me at 11:11 because I'm running out of time on my camera. So if that ain't a fucking sign in itself, okay? So I'm going to end this here because I only have like 50 more seconds. So I have my pendulum course available now. I'm super excited to offer it to you guys. If you book a session with me before June 1st, I'm offering it to you for free as an extra special gift because I just love you all so much. And if not, if you're just looking to purchase it, I'm offering it at 50% off for the first little while here. So new release 2022. I will leave all the descriptions for you in the description box. Talk soon. Take care.